So I wanted to give a little bit of an overview as to what we were thinking about when we created the project called Culture and Context. We thank all the partnerships that came together in doing this creative collective project called Culture and Context. And it kind of highlighted with this digital age and with this rush to social media and the fighting for attention, how we can actually administer the right attention towards these subjects. And it's a little project called Culture and Context.
You know what I mean? And like, we carry these bones with us, of our past, and we lock them up in the closet acting like, you know, it's never going to be seen again. But it's an opportunity for the enemy to go ahead and lay flesh to those bones, and that flesh turns into life. And then we bring the enemy's life into ours, and it's just seeps at us, takes away from us, and we can't hide a live body in the closet no more. The bones were dead, but now you hide the live body. You got to disintegrate the bones. You know what I mean? The flesh was burned away by Jesus, but
it still creeps, for sure.
Until you truly give it.
Yeah. But think about this for a moment. You know, the word entrepreneur is so trendy now. Okay.
Everybody uses it.
But I was sharing with him, with Rod, I was like, the thing is, like, there's all these thought leaders on social.
Yeah.
And that's the discussion we're going to have.
All right.
Around social and non-social stuff.
Like social media,
should we be on social media as much? Should we pull away and build relationships authentically?
Okay.
How do we, because back in the day, word of mouth is what proved that you were somebody.
Yeah, it was face to face.
You know what I mean? And what, your referral base wasn't based on your likes.
Yeah.
Your referral base was based on word of mouth.
Yeah.
You know, if you were who you said you were, it's going to improve because people are going to gravitate towards you.
Yeah.
I've just been sitting and wrestling with that.
Okay.
You know, and it's just like Matthew 6, you know, it's not about the attention that you're getting or not getting. It's really about whose lives are you impacting.
Yeah.
You know, and are you seeing growth, like our fruit? Fruit that's producing. And so that's something I think that we need to wrestle with more. It's, should we focus our attention on social to be able to get and influence people, or should we do a hybrid and leverage social so that way we can actively engage in a relationship? And I think that's the question now that we need to pose. So, you know, with accountability and judgment, the next section that we're talking about, it really talks about how we as believers are to engage with people who don't believe yet in the faith. You know, I think it's cool because how we highlight it in this section is by talking about the do's and don'ts and why we should engage and how we should engage.
So does social media give us the opportunity to build those relationships?
It does, if you do it right.
Yeah.
You know, I think that not many people would take the length of time to be able to see how that could work to their favor.
Yeah.
You know, because in other words, this is what I mean. I say that a lot of people go on social for attention.
Yeah.
You know, the exact
It's about
opposite.
the likes. It's about attraction.
Yeah, because if you really study the word, we're not supposed to homage attention for us. It's bringing the main thing. You know, like, I'm gonna bring attention towards Christ so that way He gets exalted.
Yeah.
Above us and our achievements.
Bullies out there. I know, yeah, there's still a physical conflict within schools, but outside of school, once you get onto Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, it gets pretty sketchy and messed up.
The other thing about social is that you've got this whole outlet that you're putting content out, or like you're bringing a message out, and then you got all these different interpretations. It's like in a household, you got 3 kids, right? you may tell them the same message, but
Yep.
it's in 3 different interpretations.
Yep.
They're receiving it, and they're all feeling a certain way about it
Yep.
at different stages of their life. So I've been thinking more along that lines of like, okay, like for me, I know my target audience, right? But then I've also studied like how to communicate to a level that encourages people towards receiving a message,
Yeah.
and then doing something about it. So it's like multifaceted.
Yeah.
So, you know, Ryan talks about in this segment how Instagram is his leveraging tool to actually be able to isolate and to reach people. And along those lines, he talks about something that's so critical and so important. It's how people view our faith and how we then relate this message.
But my main platform that I use is Instagram, so I'll use Instagram and I will, I mean, if somebody says something, you know, that's related to anything Christian-based, I make sure to let people know. You wouldn't say that about another worldview. You wouldn't say that about, you know, your own. And I help people to understand logically, this is something that, you know, is trying to help them to be more logical. Let's say it like that. So I want to make sure that people understand exactly where they stand in Christianity, where they stand in their own world belief, and help them to make it make sense. You see what I'm saying? So I want them to understand that you shouldn't just look at Christianity. There's other worldviews out there. You see what I'm saying? And that people choose Christianity the most. And I'm trying to help them to make sense of why they choose Christianity. Is it the only one that you know? Is it the only one you feel comfortable attacking? You know, do you want to know more? Is there a belief there? Was there belief there? And is there any love in your heart? You know, that type of thing. Those are things that we kind of talk about in terms of, you know, helping people to understand, you know, social media isn't this platform for you to be mean, you know. There's a time and place for everything, you know, but definitely not to be mean to someone and attack them for who they are, what they believe in.
We're filtering people, you know, and that's how you protect yourself from it. But I think that's the scariest part of it for me.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily what's going out, it's what's coming in.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that you have to then translate and see, like, what are my triggers?
Yeah.
And then it's sad that you got to disconnect from people that are constantly posting the wrong things.
Yeah.
That are not doing anything for your subconscious.
Yeah.
You know? Like, but then also you have to be very real with yourself and say, what are my triggers?
Yeah.
And how am I setting myself up to be better positioned to handle these things?
Yeah.
You know? So it's like twofold. It's like accountability on one end, and then, you know, constant. Let me take a look at what I have here in front of me and how I can realign it. I feel like that's the biggest piece about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because without being able to evaluate it and figure out, like, what is my issue really with this, you know, it's got to be constant intimidation by something or stimulation by something.
Yeah.
But if you can, like, have less choices in a day, like that, that helps.
Oh, yeah.
In this next section, we're going to talk about the trappings and the triggers. You know, it says in 2 Timothy 3, it talks about how people in the last days will be lovers of themselves, not lovers of God. They'll have an appearance of godliness, but have no power. It is so important that in our day and age that we don't get false theology, but we actually step into what is real. It says, last days people are going to be lovers of themselves, not lovers of Christ. And they're not going to be lovers of anything that's giving them substance.
Yeah.
They're going to be going for those teachers that are tickling their ears.
Yeah.
So like that type of stuff right there.
That's the whole social media platform right there.
Yeah, I mean, and I see it more like with like friendships that I have.
Yeah.
Because lately my thing is really wanting to connect with people.
Yeah.
Not just saying, putting them in a box.
Yeah.
You're a Christian, you're an atheist, you're an agnostic, you're, you know.
But nobody can truly be placed in a box.
No, I mean, I think because only God knows their heart too.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Well, your Christian could very much be an atheist and just not be in the right box now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. But I've gotten into what the scriptures really talk context. So in the same regard, you know, for us to accept blessings, we also have to accept tragedy.
Yeah.
It's not that God chose to grant tragedy. It's just that life happens, and then guess what? God allows through the things that happen for your heart to become tender, one way or the other.
Yeah.
But it also says like, if you turn away from God, your heart will eventually harden, and it will no longer be so ripe or susceptible to hear from God. And I see that more so than anything. So like what you were talking about, like where people block you.
Oh yeah.
They're
And you can't tell.
And then in the glass house in church, you have a lot of the other, you know, the other aspect of you stay in so long that you feel like you have a place to be able to judge everyone.
Yeah.
Not only the believers that are there, that's cool, but
that's what we're
the girl
called
that
to
just,
judge.
But the girl that just came from the club that came into church.
She didn't sign up for nothing yet.
Right. Or the guy that's struggling with pornography. Right? Or you know, just all these different things that come in. And instead of us being able to like come alongside people's journey, we want to constantly microwave Christianity. Instead of provide truth and allow the Holy Spirit to work and toil.
But that's what ourselves makes us the microwave Christians. I mean, I remember that time when I was bouncing in and out, and that's where I was lukewarm, you know what I mean? And then going to cold, and then something made me real hot, you know? But then what kept my temperature going, you know what I mean?
I think that's the thing that's missing, like from just communicators in general.
Well, the social media is like remember when you said people are posting it for likes?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So you're worried more about what you're receiving as opposed to what you're giving.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But if you were concentrating on the end user, you know, on like the actual soul behind receiving, then it would change the way that people communicate.
Well, and how does someone show that on social media? You know, they're supposed to care. You know, so if somebody puts a comment or somebody says something, genuinely go and talk to them. You know what I mean? That's an open door. We're being invited into their life. You know. So we definitely don't take advantage of this. So it's crazy because I'm doing a paper, contextual theology report, and I chose social media as the culture that I'm focused on talking about, you know?
But then it raises that question, how do we live in a culture and context?
Yeah.
Like how do we choose to still be Christian in a culture that's so foreign to it?
Yeah.
Right? But then integrate and share with people a way that not only from because I feel like from a theological, from the brain, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like the true way to connect is the heart.
Yep.
You know, and legitimately like take them in private, have a real conversation, and then be able to see something emerge from that.
It's crazy how many people, whether through social media or through friendships or family, like they hear about what you go through and they see how you react to things. So people know I don't drink anymore. You know, I don't smoke anymore. I don't do any of this stuff anymore. And there's been circumstances where I've been with people and they see me turn it down. But then those same people will call me. You know, if they got a problem, if they went through something, you know, something horrible happened to me, they call me. And that makes me feel good because I know I made myself open to them. You know what I mean?
So, you know, it's amazing that we've been able to cover in this section how to live in a culture and context. But for you, the viewer, what do you do now with that information? It's so important that you take this and really establish your heart in bringing you closer in a relationship with the living God, Jesus. And understanding that people are on different journey points along the way, but it's important that your heart gets closer to God in the process. The only way that can happen is through community. And to live in a culture and context is to actually take your faith and actually